No, I think
like
it's
40
9.
days.
It's
Yeah.
42 days.
But who's counting?
No, we did this in my first hour. You said
Yeah.
juniors to freshmen
Well, a half
have
day
42
break.
days left, while the
That's
seniors
not a
only have 40 days left.
You still gotta get up.
Yeah.
Okay, and a 32 to the negative 3/5 power. What do I do with negatives? Negative exponents.
I forgot how
How
bad.
do I make them positive? Yeah. Put it under 1. Okay, so this is the same as 1 over 32 to the 3/5 power. Okay, all we did was make our exponent positive by putting a 1 on top of it. Okay. What does the 3/5 power mean? Like, how can I turn that into a radical? Good. So my 1 is still on top. Remember, the 5 comes out and becomes our index, our small number outside. So the 5th root of 32 cubed. You got your little blue sheets out?
No.
Our roots list? I'll grab you. I put 5s on there, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah. So the 5th root of 32. 2. Guess what? I can make this 1 over 2, because the 5th root of 32 is 2, cubed. It would be 8. Sweet. So that whole thing becomes 1/8. What 8 says. Looking at I have 16 to the 3/4 power. How can I make that a radical? Yeah, bring my bottom 4 out to be my index. 4th root of 16 to the 3rd. Everybody okay with that step? Who said no? Or was that her? Look at our roots list. Is the 4th root of 16 nice?
Yeah.
What is it? 2. So instead of 4th root of 16, I'm going to make this 2. Is the answer 2, or what do I still have? Yeah, I still got my 3rd power. I don't know what you meant. What's 2 cubed?
8.
8. Questions? Pretty much all we're trying to do is find friends that we can simplify. Because I can't, when I have a 4th root of 16 cubed, I don't have enough to pull out, right? So we're just trying to simplify stuff by looking at our roots. C. First off, let's deal with a decimal. We don't like decimal exponents. How do I make it not a decimal? Say what? What'd you say?
I said magic.
Oh.
I know.
Turn a decimal into a what?
A fraction.
A fraction, 1 fraction. How do I get 3.5?
7 over 2.
Okay, sweet. So I got 9, still negative 7 over 2. Got rid of my decimal. Now let's get rid of our negative. What do I do? 1 over 9 to the 7 over 2. Make it what? Yeah. Make it a radical. Bring my 2 out, it becomes our index, so 2 of 9 to the 7th. Technically, no, the 2 doesn't need to be there. Is the square root of 9 nice?
Yep.
Yeah, what is it? 3. So I'm gonna make this 3. So I got 1 over 3 to the 7th. We got calculators? What's 3 to the 7th? It's huge.
2,187.
2187? Yeah. So when we have fraction exponents, easiest thing to do is turn it into a radical and then play with it from there. Either pull something out, simplify your roots, negatives, put a 1 on top. Questions on ABC? This stuff kind of coming back? Kind of, sort of.
Okay. A little bit more complex.
I have 8x to the 15th to the negative 1/3 power. First, let's deal with our negative exponent. What do? 1 over. I'm going to leave it in parentheses. 8x to the 15th to the 1/3. Question, when I have an exponent outside of my parentheses, is only the last thing taken to a power? All of it is. So remember, like I said, it's not proper, but I like to think of it as distribute your power. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So I'll have our 1 on top. 8 right now doesn't have a power, so when it's like nothing there, it's imaginary 1. 1, remember, power to power, you multiply. So I have 8 to the 1/3 power. What power would my x be? 5, how do you get it, Molly? Yeah, 3 to 15 is fine. All we're doing is multiplying our exponents. So x to the 5th. Okay. Let's see if I can get rid of my fraction exponent on my 8. How do I turn it into radical? Yep, good. 3rd root of 8, so I got 1 over 3rd root of 8, and then I still have my x to the 5th outside my 3rd root. And Courtney, what did you say is cool about 3rd root of 8? It's 2. So this 3rd root of 8 is just 2, so I have 1 over 2 x to the 5th. Questions there?
How did you get 5 first again?
Because we multiply exponents when it's like a power to the power. So 15 times 1/3,
Okay.
15 divided by 3 is 5. Does that make sense?
Yep, okay.
Alright, what should I do in B? Yeah, bring my exponent to everything. So I got 9 to the 3 over 2. X to the what power? 3 over 2. What about y? Half. Now try to do. Yeah, make them radicals. So bring your 2 out. So I have 2 root of 9 to the 3rd power. What about my x? Yep. 2 root of x to the 3rd. And my y? 2 root y. Okay, are we okay with that step? Now what? Yeah, I can deal with this. Square root of 9 becomes 3, so I have 3 to the 3rd. What about my x stuff? Yeah, I can break. I'm gonna write it like this. I have the square root x cubed. I can break down into x squared x. Can I do anything with my y? No. So I'm just gonna have square root y. Is that okay that I get rid of the 2's? I squared up, the 2 is always there. So I just try to make it look simpler. Okay, last thing. Simplify. What can I do with my 3 to the 3rd? 27. What can I do with my x stuff? Does it still become x? No, what is it? X. Can I do anything with my leftover x and my leftover y? Nope, so x squared root of xy. The square we can pull out, the regular x we cannot. Questions with B? Okay, C. Let's deal with the negatives inside first. I have x to the negative 3/5. Put 1 on top. Okay, the other thing you can do when you have stuff on the bottom, you can just, you notice how your bottom is negative? Do you know what like 1 over does? It brings it up top. So if you have a negative on top, bring it down. If you have a negative on bottom, bring it up. Okay? So flip them. So we're going to write our y upstairs. So y to the 2/5.
Negative or
Positive. When we bring it up, it makes it positive. Just like when we bring it down, it makes positive. And then we have x to the 3/5 now on the bottom. Okay, are we good on that part? So negatives, bring it down or bring it up, depending on where it is. Okay? And then I still have my to the 10th power. Now what should I do? Let's get rid of our parentheses. What should I do with the 10? Yeah, multiply my exponents, okay? Power to a power. What is 10 times 2/5? 4. So I'm going to have y to the 4th. Do I only do it just to the top exponent?
No.
Nope, I do it to the bottom as well. What do I get for my x exponent?
6.
6. X to the 6. Can I simplify this anymore?
Nope.
Nope, done. No, because of different variables. Okay. The difference between C and D, C we're dividing, D we're multiplying. Okay. The other difference, we had negatives here and positive outside, right? Well, here we have negative and negative. So I can bring this downstairs, but then I'm just going to make it negative again, so I'm going to have to bring it upstairs. So we're just going to multiply first. Okay? You can do the bring it on the bottom first, but you're just going to go back to where you are. Okay?
can you just times by -1
What do you mean?
to make it positive?
Not if it's not there. You can't just multiply by -1 unless it's there. So like if you want to put y to the 3/4, okay, so let's do it both ways. So let's deal with the inside first. My negative's going downstairs, So I'm gonna have my y on top. So I have y to the 3/4 because 3/4 is positive, right? Okay, my x exponent is negative. So I have x to the 1/3, and that's still times negative 12. Okay, well, just like we did before, we need to distribute our negative. So what's my y exponent now? Negative 9. And what's my x exponent? Negative 4, right? So now what do we do? Flip it. Bring your x on top, make it positive. Y on bottom, make it positive. You get the same thing if you just multiply your negative out. So we would have x to the 4th, y to the negative 9th, and then you go to here. So it just kind of saves you a step. Either way, you can either go here first or here first. Either way, you get the same answer. Okay. Questions? Are some of our rules coming back? I know it was a long break. Kind of, sort of.